First of all, you need to tell them, okay, this is what we're going to do. So
okay, this is a video. We're doing a video. I'm doing a video. We're doing a video. I posted the other day on my Facebook that I would be doing a video with my oldest daughter that just turned 19 on the 21st of this month, where she is going to talk about me and answer questions concerning me. So people posted their questions under that thread, and I promised to do my best not to interfere with her answering questions or stop her from saying what she wanted to say. The first question was, what is it like being you?
Being me or being you?
I'm not sure. It just said, what's it like being you? So I guess, what is it like being you? Because I don't think you can answer for me what it's like being me. I don't think.
What it's like being, I guess they asking what it's like being me, with you being my mama.
Okay.
If that's the question, it gets pretty crazy around the house. Sometimes she's a little, she's a ticking bomb. Like, you do one little thing and you don't even have to do it. She'll just tell you that you did it. Like, this, I'm mad because you did this. And you're like, you shocked because you're like, I didn't do that. Yes, you did. Ain't nobody here but me and you. And next thing you know, she find the item somewhere, or, you know, oh, okay. And she don't even apologize. Like, when she's wrong, she does not apologize. So, what it's like being me, and what it's like being me and Rhonda being my mama, I mean, it's a good thing. But, I mean, we do have our arguments where she be telling me certain things to do. I listen, but sometimes I'm like her. I gotta say something back. Like, I have to get my point across. So I'm just like her, and she can't stand it. So, I mean, that's the answer to that question.
The next question. Does your mom really eat all that good food she cooks up? This is coming from my friend Cree.
Yes, she does eat the food. Every time she cooks, she be in there tasting as she cook. And I'll come in there sometimes when I do catch her cooking or making a meal, and she's about to put it up on a video or something. I ask for something to eat, and she look at me like, get out the kitchen. But sometimes she give me some. Sometimes she's like, get out the kitchen, get out my face. But she can eat it. So, yes, she does eat the food that she cooks.
All right. Next question is from your cousin. Do your mother still know how to lay hair?
Yeah, she still knows how to do hair.
Right.
She always complain about her fingers, though. I guess because she getting old and they're cracking up. But she know how to do some hair. She just have to take breaks sometimes. But other than that, she push herself. Like, when she at the salon, she push herself. She don't stop or, you know, take breaks. She still lay their hair down. So, she still can do hair.
Next question is from Miss Phyllis. I think I might have to answer this one, because she asked what inspired me to record the song Fool on My Hands.
I know.
Well, she said she knows, so I'm going to let her answer that.
I think I know, because
what inspired me to record the song Fool on My Hands? Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, she had two fools. Okay. One was my daddy. She always tell me stories from here and there what my daddy used to do and all this. I wasn't proud of the things he did. Once she told me when I was younger that he used to be abusive and talk a lot of stuff from time to time. So he was one of the fools that she had to put up with. That was one inspiration where it came from. And then the second one, I'm not gonna say no names, but it was a lot of arguments. I'll be in the room when I was little. They thought we didn't hear it. They thought we would be asleep, but I heard a lot of arguments. And from the arguments I heard, he was a fool. And now he apologized and everything. He asked for forgiveness. He asked for forgiveness from both of us because he cut me off when he found a wife. So he cut me off, and he's been there since before I was born. So he basically raised me all my life. So for him to call and say that can you forgive me and everything, and start, stuff started getting better, that was a good thing. But that's where the song came from, because she wrote the song then when they weren't talking. So the song came from my daddy and the other person that I'm talking about.
And I will say that the song, came from TK Soul. The song just fit at that time with my life and what I had been through. All right. The next question. Is your mom a perfectionist?
Okay, I don't want to sound dumb. Is he saying, like, are you a perfectionist at everything you do?
Perfectionist meaning everything just has to be right.
Yes, she's a perfectionist. Everything has to be absolutely right, and it has to be a certain way. She has OCD. If she has her, let's see. Okay, she made a scene about dish detergent. Y'all, dish detergent that you wash dishes with, dish soap. It wasn't in the bottom cabinet where we keep it under the sink. So that's where she has it. But if you move it, remember this, if you move anything where she has it, she's gonna pop. So the dish soap was missing, and she was about to clean the kitchen or whatever and wipe it down or whatever. I walk in, Crystal, where's the soap? I said, it should be down there. Well, it ain't. I said, okay, it should. So I said, it should be down there. She was like, it's not in here, Crystal. And I know I'm not crazy, because I always leave the dish soap under here. I said, okay.
And do I?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
But she still snaps instead of being calm and saying, okay, let's work this out and let's find the dish soap. Instead, she want to pop like a firework. So I go in the bathroom. I'm looking for the soap or whatever. She walks in the other bathroom, in her bedroom, finds the soap in the bathroom. Next thing I know, oh, I can't stand what he do. He always moving stuff. I can't stand when people move stuff where I have it. Put it back where I had it. And I'm like, okay. And I was just like, oh my God. And then when she's mad,
I say it exactly like that?
No, she cussed.
Oh, okay.
She used curse words. I can't cuss. Because I can't curse. So, but other than that, she hollers, she pops like a firecracker, she on everybody's case, and after everything is done, you'll be sitting there in your room, the whole house quiet. This is what you hear. I just don't understand why people are always doing this. When I put stuff where I put it back. And I'm wondering who she be talking to. She be talking to herself. So I'm like, oh my God. And you still have to hear it. She don't stop until she don't stop talking about the situation until she's satisfied and she's over it. So that's the answer for that question.
Okay, next question she asks is, what is the worst punishment that I ever gave you?
What's the worst punishment? Let's see.
Let's answer that like this. When's the last time I whooped your ass?
The last time you whooped me was when I was a little girl.
Okay.
The last time you whooped me is when I was a little girl. But she do punishments, but it's not like you're grounded or, well, it is, but it's not like, okay, you can't do this or you can't. She tells me, like, her lectures, I don't like to hear her lectures. So that's the worst punishment, when I gotta hear what she gonna say to me. Like, I can't stand that, because she hollers at me and then she tell me, Crystal, like, and plus I can't stand constructive criticism sometimes. I'm learning to do that, to take it, but I can't stand when she give me lectures. So I try not to mess up, because I don't want to hear what she has to say to me. So that's the worst punishment.
And why you don't like to hear it? Because?
I mean, it's the truth, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I already know. Because when I mess up, I know I messed up. But it be too late. So I be like, oh my God, I know she going to say something. Oh my God. So I don't want to tell her half of the time, but she find out on her own. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry though. Like, I don't know what to say. So her lectures are the worst, even though they are the truth. So.
Okay. What is the most important thing your mom ever taught you?
Oh, goodness. Basically, I learned all my lessons from watching my mama. Like, it's not, every lesson that I've learned from her has not always been when she sat me down and talked to me. She's not really a communication person. So, like, me just watching her go through the things she go through and still stand at the end of the day and do the stuff she has to do for us, that's how I learn. Like, I may still mess up, and yes, I'm going to make mistakes, but still watching my mama and how she manages and how she put up with certain stuff, but still get up from day to day just to help people and go out of her way and do things for people that sometimes don't even return the favor. That is a big lesson. So I learned it from her, like, every day of my life that I've been with her.
But do I not tell you something?
Yeah, I mean, she tell me things. Like, she sits me down and talk to me. That's where the punishment comes in lectures. That's where the punishment comes in her lectures. When I mess up, she tells me what I did wrong and what I need to start doing and why it's not right. So, yeah, she teaches me lessons verbally, and sometimes I just watch her to get most of my lessons. How she move, how she live from day to day and strive to get where she wants to get.
Okay, next question. Is your mom a good driver? Somehow I can picture Roni driving around, talking out loud to all the other drivers on the road. All right, now y'all best be getting out my way before I run y'all asses over.
She does do that. She does that. I don't know how you got that dad on, but you got it. We could be going on a road trip. Okay, when we're going to Mississippi, the times that we went to Mississippi on our road trips, we'll be driving, and she can be singing. Like, she'll put in one of her CDs, and she just, and then she can do something wrong, but the person end up swerving or whatever. And she's like, alright, now y'all need to get out my way, because I ain't got time for it. This ain't what you want. So I'm like, oh my God. And then she be looking at me. You didn't see that car? You didn't? The whole time I'm thinking, yeah, I saw it, but you the one who swerved. But other times when it is the car's fault, she snaps. And the only reason why I can't get into details, because everything she say is a cuss word to come out of her mouth when she snaps. So, yes, she snaps and she says exactly what you just said. Y'all best to be getting out of my way before I run y'all A's over. She says that.
Okay.
She always want to fight, and she always stereotypical about the driver. Like, for instance, it'll be a van or something, or a truck that does something and causes her to say something, and it ain't nobody but a Mexican. And I'm like, oh my God. And it'll be a white person or a black person driving by. So she's stereotypical about the drivers. She calls all the drivers he, or she calls all the drivers she, even though some of them are she's and some of them are he's. She just all calls them whatever in one little race or category. So, yeah.
Do you realize what that made me seem like?
She's not racist. I mean, everybody does it, but I mean, she just, that's what she say, because she snapped. So she be like, it ain't nobody but a Mexican. It ain't nobody but a black person. It ain't nobody. So she says different things. She just says it in a category. Like, she'll say, I bet you there was a boy. Look at him. Look at him. And then there'll be a woman driving by. So it's, she just puts them in categories. She's not being racist. She just puts them in a category.
I'm not gonna edit from the beginning to the end. That's what I'm gonna upload. I'm not gonna take anything out, so I'm just gonna leave it like it is. Do you remember the time we was living in Madison? Mm-hmm. And we was in my Pontiac, and we was at the light going towards Walmart, getting on to Gallatin, and the traffic in front of me stopped me at the edge, and it was a car behind me blocking the turn lane over there. And that man in the van cracked his window and yelled expletives at me.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What happened? I'm going to allow you to cuss.
I can't remember exactly what she said, but she was trying to get over, and the way she was driving was so funny. But
I was not blocking him. It was the car behind me that was blocking him, but he chose me to holler at because I figure I'm a woman.
I don't know why he did it, but it was a car behind us blocking where we was trying to get or whatever, and it was a man. He looked like a bummy Santa Claus, and he was in this big van. And his window was down, and it was freezing cold. So you could tell he was mad because he let down the window just to holler at somebody. So he passed by. He said, you motherfucker.
But he was still just sitting there because nobody could move. But the car behind me is the one that was blocking the turning lane. I wasn't blocking the turning lane, but he chose me to cuss at and holler at. And after he did that, he's still sitting there. He's facing that way, and I'm sitting here facing this way, and he chose me to curse at and holler at. What happened?
He yelled cuss words out the window, and Mama said, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. I got something for you. I'll pull out my gun and blow you. She was just going crazy, and I was like, oh my God. And I'm doing like this the whole time in my seat, just sliding down. I'm just sliding down hoping that nobody else sees me. It was like, Crystal, I saw you and your mama, and she was doing this and all this. So I was sliding down in my seat, but my mama was like, this ain't what you want. That's her favorite thing to say. Because this ain't what you want. So that's what happened with that. I'm not really comfortable with saying cuss words, even though she said she gonna allow me to. But
on that one.
Yeah.
And after I said, this ain't what you want, I'll do what? And I let my window down. Yes, I did. All the way down. His was cracked. But I let mine all the way down. And I locked my doors just in case. Don't mess with me. I don't mess with you. Don't mess with me.
What?
I'm just, you know, they want to know how I really am, because for some reason, the reason I'm doing this is people seem to think that I have this different personality, or I'm portraying to be different than what I am in real life. Do you understand what I mean by that? You know how some people get online and act a totally different way than they would normally around people that know them and the people that they know every day? Am I different?
No. She act the same way. I promise. Y'all, she act the same way because she do it with me. She crazy. For real.
Let's see. Any more questions? Just showing you. We just giving you a taste of, yes, I am. Do you know what your life purpose is, and do you feel you have fulfilled it?
She asked me that?
Yeah.
She asked me that?
Yeah.
I kind of figure out my purpose. If you're asking me, like, what am I going to do in life and the whole nine with my career and all, I think I've got an answer from God telling me, because at first I was going to go to the Air Force when I graduated. So I was kind of like in between of what I really wanted to do, because I really wanted to go to college. But at the same time, I was like, if it doesn't work out, then I'll go to the Air Force. And plus, for the simple fact, I'm a military brat. My mama was in the military. My stepdaddy was in the military. My aunt was in the military and all that. So, basically, I prayed about it because a lot of people know that I dance. And inside the church, I did a lot of dancing too. So, when everybody found out that I was going to the Air Force at my church, they asked me to pray about it because they said, you're a natural dancer, and they was like, every time you dance, you could tell in your face that you're so passionate about it. And I was like, yeah. And then people was telling me that I love kids and everything, and then I had culinary arts. So it's a lot of things that I wanted to do with my talent, but I just didn't know what to do. So I prayed about it, and I got an idea out of all that. With me loving kids, me wanting to cook and love food and music and dance, I thought I would major in entrepreneurship business and open a business, and minor in traveling and tourism, so I can go across the country to open up different businesses. So my minor will benefit my major, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So
in other words, you haven't fulfilled your
I haven't fulfilled it yet. No.
And neither have I. Next question. What is it like to have a mother that can pass for your sister?
Oh my God. Okay. This is the biggest thing ever. Every time she would come to my school for anything, guys at the school, and I'm not even lying. This is the God and it's true. She would come to my school. She would come to my school, and boys are asking me, boys that I know at my school would ask me, who is that, Chris? Is that your sister? I was like, no, that's my mama. Your mama bad. Hey, get me on. And I'm like, no, that's my mother. So every time she would come to the school, they were like, Crystal, your mama is bad. Like, to define that, if some people don't know what bad and get me on mean, bad is saying she's beautiful and she's sexy and all that, and get me on is like hook them up with my mama. So, yeah, you can imagine what that is. And then one time she came, because we went to the guidance counselor office, and we had to do something. I can't remember what it was. So we were in there waiting, because the main office had sent us to the counselor's office. So we're sitting there waiting on somebody to notice us and help us out and answer our question. So a black lady walks up, and she says, what are y'all doing out of class? My mama said, what are you talking about? She's like, what y'all doing out of class? Y'all don't have a pass or nothing. She said, I'm her mother. And she's like, oh, I thought you were her sister. Oh, girl. And started laughing. And I'm looking like, yeah, okay, whatever. But she's the black lady that's always starting mess in the guidance counselor office. So that's why I was like really looking at her with the side eye, like, yeah, whatever. She didn't want none. So yeah, that's what it's like having your mother as what'd she say? Your mother, no,
able to pass for your sister.
Yeah, able to pass for my sister. That's what it's like. Because sometimes people say stuff that they don't need to say because they don't know she my mama. So some people have to be very cautious when we together. Because they be trying to holler at both of us like we're sisters.
How many times have your mother been up to the school?
Since I was in school, once was in middle school.
I mean, it could be about anything, not just coming up there to straighten people. Now, I used to come up there and sit in your classes, make sure you was doing your work and all of that.
I don't remember when I was little if she came to school or not, but I know middle school she came and to high school she came. I can't really just calculate the number of times she came, but she's been up there plenty of times since school.
Okay. Now, go on and elaborate on what you was getting ready to elaborate on.
On what?
About me coming up to the school the 2 times you remember.
I really... Okay. Yeah. Okay, I remember the second one. One time in middle school, we had this one computer teacher named Miss Thompson. And she was like a feisty lady. Like, it's like she had the job to teach kids, but she don't like kids. Like, she really don't like kids. So everything was a problem that a child did in our class. And I was a new student. Okay, I was a new student in the classroom because they switched me out of, I think it was some math class, into computer class. Because they gave me 2 math classes and they switched me in there. And I went in there and whatnot. And I guess she forgot she claimed she forgot that I was a new student. Which she knew that I was a new student because she never saw my face in the class. But I was sitting there and I raised my hand because I had to use the restroom. So I'm raising my hand. She says yes. And I was like, may I go to the restroom? She said, get in the hallway. So I'm like, okay. I walk out in the hallway. I'm standing there. She's like, you know you don't ask to go to the bathroom. You know you don't come in here between the bells. You know that you have to use the restroom. When you get in my class, there's no asking to go to the bathroom. I was like, well, I didn't know that. I'm a new student. I just got here today. She's like, no, you still don't ask to go to the bathroom. You know the rules. And I'm looking at her like, no, I didn't know that. Because my other classes, if you have to use the restroom, they'll let you go. But she told me to go to the bathroom and come back. And when I came back, she had like a bunch of stuff for me to do as a punishment for going to the bathroom or whatever. She had me type stuff over and over and over. I would now ask to go to the bathroom and other stuff. So I was sitting there for a minute and she was coming around the class or whatever. And then she came over there to me. She was like, Crystal. And I was like, yes. She's like, can I see you outside again? I went outside. And she's like, I am so sorry. I did not know you were a new student. I'm so sorry. I forgot. And I'm looking at her like, okay. She was like, and I was like, well, I already typed all the stuff, so can I get one day of free time or something? And she said no. But long story short, another day she had the class, we was all in there talking or whatever. And she came over to me. And she was talking to me. She got on to me about something. And then afterwards, she always mumbles stuff. Everybody knows that when she says something or she snap on a student, that she curses at the end. You can hear her mumbling stuff. So she went over there. After she said something to me, I was like, I didn't do anything. I'm not doing nothing. I was just asking her a question. And she's like, well, you know you don't talk in here. I was like, okay. And so you can hear her. I heard her with my own black ears. Called me.
Don't say the word.
Called me the N word. A little N. So when I heard that, I said I'm telling my mama. But at first I was kind of iffy to tell my mama because I know how she is. And I didn't want a scene at the school. And I was just in middle school. So I didn't tell my mama. So during the summer break, I was down to my TT Tracy's house during the summer in Mississippi. And it kind of came out then and there. And my auntie called my mama. She's like, how long you been keeping this from your mama? Because I know Keisha don't play about that. She called my mama and told her what I told her about the teacher. And when we got back to school, my mama came up to the teacher and straightened her out. I'm not going to say the words she said or whatever she said. Just know the teacher was crying. And that's it. And I didn't have any more problems after teacher.
They tried to tell me if you want to take out of the class. First of all, where did they discuss all this with me?
In the hallway.
How long did I sit downstairs in the office before that occurred? They had me sitting down in the principal's office, and she claimed she was too busy to lead class to come and have the discussion about a problem with the parent and the child. So they carried me up to the room, and she still stood there and acted like we weren't standing there. Then she finally came out and stood in the doorway of her classroom so all the kids could hear and see what was going on. Then she tried to say, well, do you want to move her from the class into another class? And what was my answer?
No, I'm going to leave her in this class because I shouldn't have no more problems out of this classroom. And my daughter shouldn't have to come home and tell me nothing else like this. And I didn't come out the class. I stayed in the class the whole year with no problems after that.
And you done what? Respected her and done your work, and she respected you, and I didn't have to come back.
Mm-hmm. And if I needed help, she helped me or whatever. But any time other than that, she didn't say nothing else to me. She just respected me and everything. I didn't hear no more mumbling or whatever because I was never a bad student. I was never a bad student. I didn't have no more problems out of my other teachers there. But all of a sudden, you having problems out of me with one teacher. So.
And the last time I came to your school, you was in what grade?
I think I was in 10th grade or 11th grade. And I love you, Miss Sutherland, but I love you. We talked about it, and me and Miss Sutherland grew closer after the incident. But when the incident occurred, it's a class called AVID, and basically it prepares us for college and gets us ready or whatever and know things that we need to know about college. And we were sitting in class or whatever, and she has certain seniors to be AVID tutors. So we had, I think it was 3 AVID senior tutors that helped us, and it was 2 girls and a boy. And his name was dead.
Don't say nobody's names in there.
Well, it was a he. And we were just sitting there, and they made an announcement on the intercom for the seniors to come. I think it was senior breakfast or something. They made an announcement for the seniors to come down somewhere, and they were leaving. And I was sitting at the table with 2 other girls, and one girl said something about, look at him, I can't stand him, or something like that. And I guess he thought it was me. I promise I didn't say anything. It was the girl that was sitting at the table with me. And next thing you know, my head goes like this. He pulls my weave. And I don't play about people touching my hair. He pulled my hair, which caused the commotion. The class was laughing, and I was very upset. Like, you don't touch me, let alone don't touch my hair. So he walks out the class, and the teacher doesn't say anything. She didn't say anything. And I was sitting there. I was like, so you just gonna let him pull my hair and walk out? And she was like, what did you do? I said, I didn't do anything. And even if I did do anything or talk, I didn't put my hands on him. He has no right to do that. So she was trying to write me up. She said, and I was like, no, he's not finna just pull my hair and nobody does nothing about it. So I was finna take care of business. So I got up and I was finna walk out the classroom. She said, Crystal, if you walk out that door, I'm gonna write you up. I said, well, just write me up then, because that's not right. I walk out the classroom. I go down the hall and I punch him in his arm. I said, don't you ever pull my hair again. I said, that was not me that said that. He was like, oh, well, I thought you said it. I was like, oh, well, I didn't. So I was mad, and I went to another classroom, my Spanish teacher, who I was who I was cool with, and we had a bond. So I told the teacher about it, and she emailed the principal and told the principal that she had a student in her class that had something going on, and which caused an argument between her, another student, and the teacher. So all that got resolved, and my mom came up here. I called my mama. She came up here, and we had a talk during lunch in the courtyard of the school. And my mama said things, and she said things. They conversed between one another. And I put my input, and I said I didn't do it. She tried to, she said, well, no, the principal, he was one of the assistant principals.
They had to find her.
Huh?
They had to find her.
Yeah, I know that they had to find the teacher at first, but they didn't. She came over or whatever, and we all talked it out. And he said, well, do you still want to write her up? She said, no, I'm not going to write her up, because I felt like she didn't want to write me up because she was going to have to write up the senior as well, because he put hands on me. So she said, no, I'm not going to write her up or anything like that. But at the end of the day, she still had to write him up for what he did, because I didn't do anything wrong and he touched me. So she had to write him up or whatever. And after that, I had no more problems with the teacher, and we grew closer and whatever. And she apologized for what had happened.
Yeah, because she, tried to make it seem like it was just some children just had fun and games. And I broke it down to her, no, it ain't no fun and games. This is why kids, and those were my exact words, were they not?
They were.
This is why kids go home and kill themselves. That's how kids end up getting killed by each other in school, because y'all think they just playing. Y'all don't take it serious, and y'all just let people get away with stuff. I said, but that ain't going to happen here today with mine. And don't let me have to come back up here.
That's what happened.
Anything else you got to say?
No.
That's it. Let me check. See if there's another question. Well, I'm just going to say thank you all for the happy birthday wishes on my wall. And I hope that answers your questions about me. And kind of enlightens you that the person that you see typing, the words that you read on Facebook, and the sound of me in my videos are how I am every day. No putting on a front. I'm not that kind of person. Sometimes I may be wrong, but that's seldom.
Pride.
That's seldom. You tell the truth. Tell the truth now. I'm seldomly wrong. But when I'm wrong, I can admit when I'm wrong. I can. I really can. And my biggest pet peeve, she's explained it. Don't touch my stuff. I don't like it at all. I've always been that way, and I'm going to continue to be that way. You know, at least ask me for my stuff. That includes my children and anybody else. I don't care who you are. If you get it, put it back where it was. Because I do not like looking for my stuff when I know it was sitting right there and it's not there any longer. It makes me think you're trying to, you know, make me believe I'm crazy.